So good morning, friends. Today let me move and give you one kind of framework, one kind of keyword approach, how we can develop and do that. So whenever we talk about the descriptive programming, okay?
Yes, sir.
So let me start with that. So let me give you one simple example and then let me continue there. So this is my notepad. So let me just give you one simple scenario. Let's say I want to open a browser. I want to navigate to URL called, let's say, www.google.com, and I want to enter a search string on edit box, and then I wanted to click on Google search button. Once I click on, I want to verify the results, followed by I want to close the browser. Very generic scenario, very clear and very short scenario. So let us talk about this. So is this scenario clear or anything else you want me to explain what is this first? It's a simple test case.
Yes, sir.
Open a browser, just navigate to google.com. So enter something into the edit box to search something and click on the Google search button. Then verify whether we are able to get the results. Then close the browser. And if you want, you can repeat the same scenario for 10 times or like any number of times. So is this simple scenario clear?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So now I want to explain something with respect to the same scenario before we move and do certain framework in the descriptive programming. So I want you to understand the same scenario where we can go and define certain methodology called keywords. By when we look at this code, tell me what can be the keywords with respect to this. First of all, what is keyword? What do you think a keyword could be?
The important word with which we can get the result.
Very good. It's very important, and by means of that we can drive, or we can keep on calling the function, or we can keep on testing certain application or certain scenario. That can be one of the way we can name it always called a keyword. Good. Anything else?
So which defines the program like coding, the
Good.
word.
Defines the programming. Good. You're almost there, but you are giving the meanings of reverse. When you say that it is going to define the programming, can I assume that it is like an action which we do through programming? Is that meaning?
So keywords are the part of action.
Okay, good. Anybody else? What do you think? Sharanya and Pallavi, what do you think a keyword could be?
A keyword would be a word that is used to drive your program. Like
Good.
in you can like probably keyword could be a function or an action you want to call in your program.
Okay, good. Okay. To be frank, we can name or we can define keyword like anything. Keyword could be a simple word which can be easily to be identified. It could be a method. It could be an object function. It could be a action. It could be implementation. It could be one of the object to type, object to name. Anything we can call it as keyword. But one of the most thing or most meaning that we need whenever I say or we say keyword. So keywords are always with respect to the actions or activities. I repeat, whenever we say keywords, keywords are always oriented with respect to the actions or activities or methods. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Whenever we say keyword, please remember keywords nothing but one certain action or one kind of activity or in the simplest programming, it's a method to be done. Let me go back to the same scenario. Let me explain you. So if I say open browser, does it mean that I have to open only one browser, or I can open any number of browsers for any number of times?
It could be both. You can open one or any
Good.
number of.
Even if I say browser, is that only IE, or is that only Mozilla? Is that only Chrome? So browser keeps on changing, but my method open keeps remaining. Am I correct?
Yes.
And similarly, when I say navigate to URL, my application URL keeps on changing. Maybe I want Google, or maybe sometime I want Gmail, sometimes I want Yahoo. My URL keeps on changing, but my method is constant. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And every time when I say search string, I may use different test data, but that entering functionality or that setting functionality, that keyword is constant. Am I correct?
Yes.
Good. What I want to say is keyword would be always one kind of activity or methodology. Open one method, one action. Navigate one more action. Enter one more action. Click one more action. Verify one action. Close one action. It can be browser closed. It can be window closed. It can be notepad closed. It can be any QTP closed. But close remains constant, whereas my browser or other objects keep on changing. Verify keeps on constant, but the results could be sometimes differs. Maybe page titles verification, or maybe link verification, maybe buttons verification, correct?
Yeah.
So by this time you should be very clear. When I say keyword, it is nothing but method or activity. Is that point clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Now let me go to one of the Excel now. Let me help you to first of all drill down the same test case into one more level. And this is called low level test case, or normal test case, or manual test case. Does it look like manual test case? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Of course, it's like a manual test case. But when we convert this manual test case into a automated script, before we do that into automated script, I want to drive this by means of certain notation. Why certain notation? I want to create a script. I repeat, I want to create a script. That script should be very generic, very performance oriented, very reusable, and very, what do you say, performance proven, or like very, what do you say, executable in all the scenarios and all the applications. What is the meaning of that? So I want to take certain keywords, I want to develop certain test case. So each and every time whatever I want, I'm going to just replace my test case, not the test script. That approach I want to design today and show you. Okay, so let me take this Excel. Let me help you with, let me start with the columns. Let me start with the browser page. Let me say object. Just look at what I am doing. Anyway, I'm going to explain you. So object to type, followed by object name, and followed by activity, followed by test value, followed by my expected value, followed by, if you want, you can also give the actual value from the application. You can also get the starters from the application scripting. Look at the columns. So what are these columns are going to explain us now? What are these columns are going to explain us? Rupa, can you just try to look what is this column, what are these columns, and what can we understand from this?
Um, you are giving the column names as browser, page, object type, object name, and etc. So that you can just give any browser, any page,
Okay.
and what is the test value you are passing, and what's the expected value, what is the actual value we are getting, and what is the status.
Okay, let me go to first manual test case. Let me say test case number. Let me say test case description followed by steps to be executed followed by expected results followed by actual results followed by status of that test. So do you understand this like a manual test case which is going to explain us what is the meaning of that? Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me give this scenario into that notation now. So test case step 1, what is the description? Open what? Open browser. So how do we describe? Open a browser. So sometimes I may not need this. So let me remove this. Let me put only one step. Test case number, steps to be executed. So open browser. What is expected? So browser should be loaded properly. What is the actual result? We are going to execute that. We are going to test that. If that is going to match, we are going to indicate the status and we are going to define what is actual. What is second step? Second step is like navigate to URL. What is the URL? So URL is not a constant. So we have to pass certain variable or value. So www.google.com. So this is called a test case. And what is expected? Application should be loaded. So I'm not doing anything here. I'm just putting the same test cases into Excel. So this is like a manual test case. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Now I want to use the same notation and I want to create one more eye-level test cases which could be mostly important into the scripts, and that orientation or that structure looks like this. So what is the meaning of this? Look at here. Let me put this first one. So what is the meaning of this? So I wanted to talk to a browser. What browser? That browser can be anything. So at this point of time I don't have any page. My object type is browser. What is my object name? It is also browser. Or if I don't know, let me say dot star. What is my activity? I want to open it. Once it is done on the same browser, now I'm going to get a page or I want to navigate on the same browser. My browser name is also browser. Now I want to navigate. Once it is done on the browser with respect to a page, what page? Let me say when I navigate to URL called www.google.com, I'm going to get a page called Google. My page is also Google. On this page, now I want to work with one object called WebEdit. What is my object name? That object name is Q. What I want to do? I wanted to enter something called a string called my name. Similarly, on the Google page, Google browser, Google page, with respect to web button, what is my button name? My button name is called Google search. What I want to do? I want to click. Can you just understand the test case here? I have just written the same test case whatever I said here. Can you just map these test cases with that? Are these looking similar or different?
Similar.
Almost similar, but we made into one eye level where I'm going to take the keywords into picture. Why? We would understand why we are developing such Excel driven test cases now. First of all, is this clear? How did I do this?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, it's most important. If you are able to drill down a manual test case into a automatic or keyword driven test cases, then the rest of the part becomes very easy. Very simple. So first of all, I wanted to open a browser. So my activity is open. Where I want to open? I want to open a browser. So that's what. Once I opened a browser, I want to navigate to URL. What is URL? Google.com. Once navigated, on the Google browser, on the Google page, with respect to web edit called Q, I wanted to set or enter something. What is that? Gedit. Once entered, I wanted to click on a web button called Google search. That's whatever I did here, I'm just doing that. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, usually when we develop the script, we need object repository to create first of all, and based on the object repository, we are going to define the functions or scripts, correct?
Yeah.
And since we are talking about the descriptive programming, so let me not create any object repository. Let us completely start everything in the descriptive programming. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So let me save this. Let me save that to a folder, maybe a desktop, my computer, D drive, in a folder called quick test QTP. In demo test, let me say online batch. Let me create a folder called keyword driven framework demo. So let me say it's called keywords, for example keywords.xls. Let me save that as Excel. So I'm done. So let me also rename this particular sheet name into keywords, and let me color it something so that it looks simple. Good, it looks pretty. Let me close this now, or let me minimize it. Let me start a simple script now. So we know how to create descriptions, correct?
Yeah.
So let me start with creating a description. Let me increase the font size. So let me start with creating web edit. So tell me, how can we create descriptions here?
Create.
So this is the first method. Once it is done, web edit followed by make class followed by value. And what is this value? Web edit is the value. Okay.
Yeah.
And on the web edit, I may use one more thing called type. What is the type of this web edit? It is called input type. Am I correct? What is the meaning of type?
Whether it is input or output type.
Good. Let me open a browser. You're all thinking. So let me use Spy. Let me click on that edit box. So look at here. We are talking about this. So we have used one MIC class. What is MIC class? MIC class nothing but the class name. What is that? Web edit. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is this type? Come back. So every object is one certain type. Can you see what is the type of that? It's a text type.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go there and remove this and let me say text type. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So let me copy this now and come back and paste it like 3 or 4 times. Why? I want to create different descriptions now. Now web edit is done. Now this is called web button. Okay.
Okay.
So for web button, what is the value MIC class? It is called web button. So let me replace that. So what is the type of that? It says submit type. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So if not sure, let us check. There is a button. So this is QTP. Let us try what is the type of that. So Google search, class name is web button, and if you want type submit, or we can go and use one more property called HTML tag. Let me use this or else. HTML tag is the property. So web button, the property name is called HTML tag. What is the value of that? It's called input. Yes.
Yes.
So what is the guarantee input? You can cross check. We have just verified that. Use this py. Can you see HTML tag is input type?
Yeah.
So whatever the properties that QTP is showing, I want to use them as a description. That's what I am doing it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So let me
Sir,
come again.
type and HTML type.
Yeah, why do we use that? I said already, whenever we work with object, there are three properties which are going to help us a lot. First one is me class, second one is type or HTML tag, third one is name of it, correct?
Yeah.
So by means of that, we can easily identify what is that object about. Is it a web button? Is it submit type? Is it input type? Or is it like a text type? Is it like a checkbox type? We can easily understand by means of type. That's what I wanted to use both.
Okay.
If you don't want, you can also skip this. Example, let's say I wanted to use HTML tag. If you don't want, you can skip it. There's no problem at all.
Okay.
Now, so web button is done. The next one is called web edit, web button. Let me say O link. So let me replace this web edit, this also with O link. So what is the me class of link? What is the me class of link?
Link.
Okay, I have to replace it here, not there. I have to replace it here. This is called A. What is the meaning of A? A stands for hyperlink, anchor link. Let us see what are the properties of a link. Let me click on one of the link. This link. Look at here. So I'm talking about these properties. Me class name is a link type. What is the HTML tag? Look at here. When I say HTML tag, it's A. What is A? It's an anchor. Anchor means hyperlink type. We would see a and symbol whenever we go to and link, correct?
Yes, sir.
That is called anchor or A symbol. So HTML tag is, that's what I have used it here. And the last one is O image. So let me copy this, put back here, put back here. So this is called image. And what is the HTML tag for an image? That is called img. What is the guarantee? Let us check. Is there any image? It's not an image. Let me go to google.com. There is no image. Let me go to sign in. This is the image, correct? So let us check what are the properties of an image now. So image. So class, me class is image, and we are using HTML tag as a img. What is img? It's HTML tag property. That's what I have used img here. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So one quick question. Why did I create them here? First question. Why did I create them here? What is the need for me? Or what is the need for us? Good.
So there is no object repository.
Good. Of course, there is no object repository. But why should we go and create all the descriptions now? What is the point? Why should I create for web edit? Why should we create for a web button? Why should we create for O link? Why should we create for image? What is the point is the question.
Because it is dynamic descriptive programming and we want to work with each and every kind of object.
Good. Very good. So we are creating a set of program now. Once everything is done, I want to reuse this with any application. That is the meaning. So this is the test case we have. We are not developing the script based on test case. We are developing a script entirely by means of all the objects, and whatever the object I want, I'm going to call that function now. Example, now I wanted to talk with WebEdit. What can I do now? Now I can call that WebEdit description now. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to work with web button. Now I can use that web button description now. That's what. So before proceeding to this, we have started creating all the descriptions, all the functions, and all the methodologies. Once everything is ready, then I want to reuse that by means of keywords of the test cases. That is the approach. Okay.
Yes.
And let me say one function name here. Let me say that, like, can I say application map here? What is the meaning of this function name called application map? Any idea? Why did I say that now?
Not sure.
Because we are going to define the complete map of the application or complete object repository of the application. That is the meaning of this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And now I want to do one more thing now. What is that one more thing now? Can you tell me what can I do now? I'm going to add one more property here. And I'm going to say name. And I'm going to replace this with object name. So let me use the same method, same line here, same line here, same line here, and let me replace web button with this web edit and O-link with this web edit and O image with this web edit. What is the meaning of this script now? What is the meaning of this script? Good, you would understand.
Using what
Yeah, go ahead.
property name?
Okay, so let me also code something. I'm sure you would understand now. Let me say object to type followed by, let me also say one more object to name, and in the bottom line let me say select case let me say object to type case 1. If the object to type is web edit, then do this for you. And case, if the object to type is web button, do that for me. And case, if the object type is link, do this for me. And case 4, if the object type is image, do this for me. I am done. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what is the meaning of this? Priyanka, talk about this. What is the meaning of this? Slow by slow, step by step I am doing. Initially, I have created one object description. Later on, started doing for one more object, one more object, one more object. Then I converted that into function called application map. Now I have introduced two more parameters called object to type and object to name. What is object to type? If the object type is web edit, I am going to create an object repository for web edit. If the object type is web button, I am going to create one more object repository for web button. If the object type is link, I am going to describe it. If the object type is image, I am going to describe it. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
And what is the meaning of the object name? Now you can go back and open the Excel. Now you can compare. If I say object to type, this is the first column values which are going to map here. These are the first column values which are going to help us. If I say browser, browser description. If I say web edit description. And when I say web edit, I am also going to pass the object name like Q. If I say web button, I am also going to pass the object name called Google search, correct?
Yeah.
So object to type is passed, object to name is passed. What is object to type? It is very generic. Example, let's say I wanted to work with two web buttons. Example, let me copy this code. And this time let me say it's not Google search. Let me say example, I am feeling lucky. What is the meaning of these lines? It means that, so web button description is common. Each and every time we are going to call that web button description, and each and every time whenever you call it, different object name is passed. Is that point clear?
Yeah.
We are going to reuse that for again and again. Each and every time we are going to pass different object names. That is the meaning of this line. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. So first of all, before we proceed to that level, I want you to understand this first. How are we designing? So let me go to one folder where we are saving demo test online keyword driven. Let me say one folder called test scripts. So let me say one name called DP creations. Good. Is this point clear first of all? Does this application map is clear what we are doing here?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, Sharanya and Pallavi, Priyanka, Ani.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let me continue now. So how did we get these values here? How did we get these values here? So we are going to do that pattern little later. Object to type, we are going to pass that value from the browser or this Excel. Object to name is also we are going to pass from the Excel. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me also do one more thing here. Let me say so what is the meaning of this particular line of code? Can somebody explain me?
So we're trying to call a function called WebEdit by passing some arguments like the browser name, the page name, the object name, what activity to be performed, and the test data.
Okay, good. Anybody else? You're right. You're right, Sharanya. Anybody else?
Now we are trying to call the function with respect to either web button or web edit or link from the Excel sheet what we have created with respect to that page, that browser.
Good. So let me start creating functions now. So is this first description or application map creation is clear? Everybody.
Yes.
Now what is the meaning of this is, what is the meaning of this particular line is, let's say for the web edit we are creating certain description. Very good. But on the web edit, once we create the description, we have to perform certain action also, correct?
Yeah.
How can we perform the action? To perform the action, we have started creating one more function. For web edit, function web edit. For web button, function web button. For link, function link. For image, function image. What are you doing? To that function, we are passing what is the browser, what is the page, what is the meaning of browser page? Nothing but what is the browser, what is the page, what is the object, and what is the activity I wanted to do. And if there is any test data, even test data also we are passing by means of this notation. Is this clear?
So is it a type of parameterization?
Of course, yes, because in the Excel we are called, look here, for the browser object, how many times we are using it? Same function, I have to use it for twice. One is to open, one for navigation, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or let me give you one more test. Let's say I want to change the test case now. Change the test case with respect to this Gmail. Can I do this? We can also do this because we have written one function there where we are going to create a web edit description, and whenever there is an object to type is called web edit, I'm going to call a function called web edit function. What it is going to do? It is going to set, or it can activate, it can click, it can set secure, it can do everything. So let me do that actions now so that you would understand. Okay.
Okay.
So let me start now so that you would understand. So function, let me begin with the name called the same name function web edit. So what are the things we are passing? We are passing O browser, we are passing O page, followed by object name, followed by what else you are passing? Activity, followed by test to data or test value, test data. So these are the things you are passing, correct?
Yeah.
Now can I say o browser dot o page dot webedit o webedit dot set test value or test data, and can I say, let me copy the same, so sometimes I may use set secure, let me use set secure, or sometimes I may use directly submit method. Can I use this likewise? Because on the webedit I can set secure, I can submit, or sometimes I can also click on that. Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the meaning of this? Now let me do one more notation. Select case, and I want to do activity. Select case, activity. Case 1. What is case 1? If the activity is set, let me do this action. If the activity is something different called set secure, let me do this action. If the activity is something different called submit, let me do that action. If the activity is something different called click, let me do that action. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to create one function, and I'm going to do whatever you say. If you want to click, I can click on it. If you want set, I can set on it. If you want to submit, I can also submit. If you want to enter the password set secure, I can also do that. So that is what I wanted to create, a single function, though it can be reusable for any kind of methodology. Is this notation clear?
Yes, sir.
And now there is little change in the code. Before I proceed, I want to give one change in this code. I want to update a change in the code. Tell me what could be the change in the code now. What is the change? Good. So I said web, yeah, I said web. Okay, Rupa, continue.
This is only with respect to WebEdit what you have done. We can likewise do it for image, link, and web button, etc.
Of course, we would do that, but in this script, with respect to WebEdit, there is one big change has to be done. What is that? Look at here. I said WebEdit, oh WebEdit, but did we pass oh WebEdit any time here?
No.
So object name is not necessary. I have to pass WebEdit. Why? Come back to the script. When I say oh WebEdit, we are creating the description. We are very much clear that it is a WebEdit type. It is a text oriented, and the name of that is object name. So instead of object name, can I pass oh WebEdit here?
Yeah.
And so that I can use the same oh WebEdit here. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, with respect to o web button, it's not object name. Let me say o web button. Similarly, with respect to o link, it's not object name. Let me say o link. Why it's not object name? Because object name is already used in the description. So I have to use the same object name called o link. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let me create one more function now. One more function with respect to the web button. Let me copy this code. Let me paste at the down. Now let me say it's not web edit. Let me say web button. Okay. Now this is not o web edit. Let me say o web button. Good. So in the web button, what can you do? You can click on a button, or at this point of time, let me use only click now. Okay, at this point of time, example. Yes.
Okay.
On the button, we can just click on that, correct?
Yeah.
So that's what I say. So my code is done. So whenever we do web button, what is the activity? First of all, we are proceeding with only click activity. If it is click on the browser, on the page with respect to web button, what is web button? The description, whatever we have created and which is falling into that function on top of that click. Is it point clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let me copy the same piece of code. Let me upgrade to one more level. Now this time it is called function link. So when I say function link, it's not O web button, it's called O link. And similarly, this is called link and this is called O link. Do you think it's very easy to create now?
Yeah.
Good. One more function, last one, called image. So let me say this is not O link. Let me say this is O image. On top of image, it is called O image dot click. I'm done. So let me save the function name. It is called function image. I'm done with all the functions. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let me put together so that good. Let me recapture everything. So what did we do now? Started with the creation of descriptions for each and every object, web edit, web button, link. So we have started creating descriptions. And as we started descriptions, I wanted to proceed and give a function so that I can create description for any object. So we migrated that into a function name called application map. And in the application map, I wanted to do this based on the object to type. So select case implemented. Select case your object to type. If it is web edit, do the description of web edit and immediately call the web edit. And whatever the description that we have created, pass it as an object. That's what we are passing it here. Okay.
Yeah.
And when we call this function, it is going to cross check what is your activity. Do you want to set? Then on the browser, on the page, with respect to web edit, and whatever the activity you set, I'm going to set what? A test data which you are going to pass it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if it is a web button on the browser, on the page, with respect to web button, object, click. There is no test data, so we are not applying on the click button. Okay. Guys, before I proceed, if you have any questions, ask me now before I continue. If you have any questions, please ask me now. Look at this. I'm going to create still like 100+ lines of code, but very simple, very easy to follow. Everything I'm doing in front of you. If you don't understand, please let me know.
Sir, if we are not writing activity here, will it still work?
Where?
I mean, in the call function, web edit or web button, we are
If you
mentioning
don't
with
pass,
both
if you don't pass activity here, how can that function can be functioning? Because this function is mainly working on the activity. Can you see? Select case activity. If you don't pass activity, nothing will be executed.
Okay.
Because everything is driven by this activity. What about description? First of all, we are creating the description. Then to do the activity, we are calling the function. There are two functions in remaining. First function is creating description. Second function is performing action on the object, whatever the description you have created. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Anything else? Any more questions still?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, in this function, we are passing O browser, O page, activity, and text data.
Good.
But those parameters are not defined in the function.
Good. Very good. Let me do that right away. O browser is equal any browser which is having any name is okay for me at this point of time. And when I say O page, what is O page on the web browser? Let me say page which is having any title at this point of time. I'm okay with that. Is that okay? Now, since I've created web browser and web page, I don't need this browser at all. Why I don't need browser? Guys, why don't we need browser now? Guys, I am reviewing the browser.
Because you have already defined that in any browser.
Yeah, good. On any browser, on top of that, go to a page that is already defined. So I don't need this browser. Okay, I'm just skipping that point. Is that point clear?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Like here we are calling the function from the Excel, right?
Yeah.
And in the Excel, then we are like parameterizing different browser, different web buttons, and different activities.
Okay. Yes. Now, what's your question, Priyanka? I could not understand. Of course, yes. What is your question?
So my question is that like I'm a bit confused. Like the functions we are calling from the Excel page, and the description, all we have done it here, right? And the functions what we are calling from the Excel, there we are giving different types of browsers and different web edit and activities. Is it like that?
Very good. Just at this time, at this point of time, please forget the Excel. Please forget the Excel. Excel comes into picture in the later stage. Forget about the Excel. Just concentrate only on what is being done here. So what is being done here? We have created certain descriptions. We have created certain functions. If I want to work on web edit, I'm going to call this function. If I want to work on web button, I'm going to call this function. If I want to work on link, I'm going to call this function. But what is that link object? I'm creating the object repository here, followed by I'm calling that function. That is what we are doing. Forget about the Excel. That is second point. Is the first point clear first of all?
Yes, got it.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, first question. So we are passing only object type and object names here, and O browser or O page is already here. So browser page comes here. What is this object type? Object type comes here. What is object name? Object name comes here. Then what is this O web edit? O web edit is the description what we created here. So that is also coming here. Okay.
Yes.
And what are we missing? Activity and test data we are missing out. So let me also add these two columns to the function. So we are done with completely. Object to type, object to name, activity, test data. These four values or four arguments come as a parameter or arguments. Then this is going to utilize this. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me run a sample line of code.
So,
Yeah, 1 minute please. Let me run a sample line of code so that you would understand what is
so
happening.
there's a spelling mistake in mid class. That's what I wanted to say.
Where, Sharanya?
Web button.
Web button.
Class dot value equal to web button.
Web button. Thank you. Let me call this once. Let us see how that is being run. Then let me move to one more uppercase. Good. So let me say object to type is like, what is object type? Let's say I want to work with web edit. Okay. What is object name? Object name is Q. And what is the activity? Activity is like set. I want to enter something. What is the data? My data is like GRD. Okay. Is this point clear?
Yeah.
I'm calling the application map where I want to pass, where I want to work with web edit. What is web edit? Okay, let me do this here. I want to do the script for this button, this page now. Are we intended to do the script for this page? So far not it, correct?
Yeah.
So far we never tried what is the application we are going to work on. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But still our application script, whatever we have created, is going to work for any application. Let us try the same script here. So let us move. So web edit. Let me say my object name is email. I wanted to set username Gmail. Once it is done, I want to reuse the same. This time that object name is called password, and I want to enter Gmail GRAD. Again, this time I wanted to work with web button. What is the web button name there? The web button name is called Google. Sorry, it's not Google search. It is called sign in. And I wanted to click on that, correct?
Yes.
So there is no test data. I can pass nothing. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So let me come down to web edit. Let me comment this piece of code, because password sometimes can be like a password type. It may not be text type. Sometimes it can be password type. So let me run this piece of code. Now what is the meaning of these three lines? These three lines are nothing but, so go to the browser, enter username, enter password, click on sign in. That is the meaning of these three lines of test cases. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So let us run this piece of code now. Let us see what is happening. There is one problem, browser name. Okay, I missed out set there because this is object. I have to use set browser followed by set page. Okay, good. Let's try. Can you see it has entered GRED and password GRED? It is clicked on sign in. That's what we got error message here.
Yeah.
So let me also close this browser. Let me open new browser and let me navigate. Okay, can I do something here?
Yeah.
So what is the, let me comment the second line. So first box is called Q. I wanted to enter GRAD. My button name is called Google search. Let me click on that. Let us do this script now. So it is doing. Can you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the beauty of the descriptive programming. Now let me go to one more application now. So I have to close the browser, otherwise it is crashing. So this time let me move to, okay, let me see, yahoo.com is already there. Okay, now we have navigated to yahoo.com. Can we try the same script here now?
Yeah.
Good. So let me start web edit name. I think it is called login, password, and this is called sign in. Okay, look at it. How do you know password and all? So let me try once. What are the object names? It's a login. Okay, that's what I said. Web edit, login,
Yeah.
set GRAD. What is next? Let me check. This is called password. This is also correct. So what is the sign in? It name says sign in. So we are good with this description. Okay.
Yeah.
So let us run this piece of code. So still it is working there also. Is it working?
Yeah.
It has entered username password. So it is not clicking on the sign in. It is waiting for something. So why it is waiting for something? Let us check. So maybe I think I have given a wrong name there. So it is waiting there. So our script is very global, which is going to work for any application. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let us fix this web button problem. Web button problem, click. Okay. Why click is not matching here? Why click is not matching here? Sign in, click. If it is click, let me go to web button. Let me see what is the name of that. It's a sign in. Okay, let me run once again. Let me start back to that page. So we are back to Yahoo. So let us try this piece of code once again. So this time it is working on that. It has clicked on sign in. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, you are there?
Yes.
So this kind of approach, this is called highly reusable script in the point of descriptive programming, which is going to be driven by the keywords. What are the keywords here? There are two keywords. The first keyword is what is the object to type. So based on the object to type, we started creating the object repository. Yes.
Yeah.
And second keyword is called activity. So based on the activity, we are able to perform whatever user is interested about, whatever they are interested about. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, since you understood this, now we can go and design test cases so that we can put them here. And whenever there is a change in the application, I don't need to change anything into the script, but still I can just change only the manual test case. That's the meaning of this test case. Is this making sense?
Yes, sir.
Now wherever or whatever the application you have, you don't need to change the script at all. Every time you can just come back and replace your objects here or your test cases here. So whatever you change based on the keywords called object type and activity, our scripts are most powerful to do that action automatically. That's what I have explained you. Is that point clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let me also move ahead. So let me save it one more level. Let me migrate this script. So let me save that into keyword driven framework. Let me start with DP @ keyword driven framework. Now what I wanted to do is, so far we are passing static values here, correct?
Yes.
Web edit, login, set, these are all static. I don't want to do this. Let's say I have got 1,000 test cases. 1,000 test cases. While I click on this Yahoo button, now I wanted to enter this information. I want to enter my name. I wanted to fill up this information. I want to click on next button. Then I wanted to do some more action here. So whatever I do, I wanted to make them as a test cases into the Excel. So whatever I put into the Excel, my script has to read it and do that for us. Is that logic you are able to follow?
Yes, sir.
So that is more called keyword driven approach. So far whatever we have done is not keyword driven. This is like a general descriptive programming level approach. Whatever we specify it here and whatever or whenever we change the script, my script has to read it and do whatever I say. Example, I said set here. If I say click here, it has to click there. If I say set secure, it has to do set secure for me. So whatever I change it here, it has to read it, understand it, and it has to do the same way whatever is said here. Is that point clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
let us do that.
Sir,
Yeah.
importance of set secure, sir.
What is the meaning of set secure? Set secure is like a password entry. When you don't want to save or when you don't want to show your passwords to the other users, you can use a method called set secure. When you set secure, it could be descriptive program. I mean encryptive format. Example.
It will enter only stars or.
Example. Let me do that. Can you see my name, whatever I enter there?
No.
Come back to the script. So what can you see there? It says set secure, correct? And what is this? This is not related to what I entered. This is called encrypted format. And people may not understand what's your password. If you want to do that notation, use a method called set secure.
Okay.
Good. Let me go back to object repository. Remove that because just now I have recorded something. Good. So what I want to do now is, so let me not do this pattern. Rather, let me do everything in a Excel. Let me import it. My script has to read it and do this. Okay.
Okay.
So at this point of time, since I am not done with the browser, let me remove these 2 lines of code. Or else you can come back. You can also create one more function here. What is that? Let me say case browser. If it is a browser, what can you do? If it is a browser, this is the description you can set about. Okay.
Okay.
And you can also call a function, call function browser. What can you pass here? You have to pass only O browser. Why O browser? On top of that, you cannot do anything there, correct?
Yes.
So let me go and create one more function for O browser. So function, I think we said browser. So what are we passing? We are passing O browser followed by activity also we should pass, correct?
Yeah.
Activity test data. So what can I do? On top of O browser, select case activity case. If you say open, I have to open a browser. And if you say navigate, on top of browser, I have to navigate to what? Test data. What is test data? Maybe your URL. Okay.
Yeah.
And case, if it is not navigate, if it is sync, on top of browser, let me synchronize. And case, if you say, what can you do on the browser? Close. If you say close, on top of browser, close all tabs. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So let me also pass these 2 elements in the first function name where we are calling it here. So Sharanya, are you able to follow? You missed all the 4 days.
Yes, sir. I was in the process of moving, so there was no internet.
That's okay. That's okay. First of all, did you understand what I
I'm
said?
able to follow. Yes, I'm able to follow, but there are little things I don't understand. Probably if I go through the blog.
Yeah, that's better. You just go through the blog. There are like 2 articles with respect to descriptive programming. And I think I sent you 2 mails yesterday to the team. You can also cross check them.
I didn't receive those mails.
I think okay. I replied to the chat. Okay, maybe you're not there. I used to ping in the chat and you're not there, right?
Yes, sir.
Just get in touch with Pallavi. She could send you them. So guys, is this function clear? What are you doing? Is this function clear? Is this function clear?
Yes, sir.
Because similarly as we created functions for browser, sorry, link image, I wanted to create a separate function for browser. Why? Because on the browser I want to open, navigate, synchronize or close, anything I can do that. Let me say at the end with respect to browser, what is browser name? Let me say browser name is, since I'm not sure, let me say dot star. I want to close. Okay. Sorry, is it okay, please? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ani, you're there?
Yes, sir.
So is the test case clear? Because I wanted to import these and test, because already we have tested the different applications. Now one more eye level where people are going to design the test cases into Excel, and if they give their test cases like this, we are going to execute them by means of same script. Whatever may be the test case, we are not going to worry at all. That's what I wanted to do in the next phase. Is this clear? How to design this manual test cases first?
Yeah.
And let us go further. Can we design one more function with respect to page? Can we design one more function with respect to page? Yes or no? Mostly on the page, we have not specified anything here, but sometimes you may want to do something on the page, like getting arrow properties, checking something on the page titles, or checking something on the page. So if at all you want to do, you can go and create functions on the page also. Okay.
Okay.
So at this point of time, so let me say sync. First to sync, then navigate, then click on, it's not click, I have to set something called GRD. Then I wanted to click on Google search button, close the browser. Is this point clear?
Yeah.
Let us come back and go to the first line of code. Now this comes to the very picture. Let me create one more function here. Let me say my function could be a name with, so my function name is test. What is the meaning of this?
You're importing the keywords
Yeah.
Excel sheet.
Very good. So let me do the code and then let us convert that into function. So data table dot add sheet. Let me say my sheet is called DT keywords. What is the DT? DT stands for data table. Okay.
Yeah.
On the data table, import sheet from source out of that one particular sheet into our sheet called DT keywords. So where is the path of this? So I think we have saved that into, so this is the path. Am I correct? This is the path with the name called keywords Excel. So let me come back to the script. So path is called this, where it has got a name called keywords.xls. Am I correct? And what is the sheet name? Sheet name is also keywords. And I think this is capital key keywords. So we are done. So once it is done, what can we do now? The second step is to get the number of rows, correct? Keywords row count is equal data table dot get sheet. What is the sheet name? DT keywords, and let me say get row count. Once you got the row count, for I is equal to 1 to keywords row count. So let me assign all the variables here. So browser we don't need. Let me start with object type followed by object name followed by activity followed by test to data, and these are the columns we are using, correct? These are the values we are using.
Yes.
Object to type, object to name, activity, test data. So what is object to type? So object to type is like data table dot value. What is the column name? The column name is also object to type. Where is that? That is there in DT keywords sheet. So let me copy this same line, put it here, put it here, put it here. Now let me replace this with activity. Let me replace this with test to data. Let me replace with this object to type. I am done. And before that, let me focus row by row. So data table dot get sheet. What is the sheet? DT keywords. Set current row I. Is it clear?
Yes.
And each time you do, I have to call the function. What is the function? This is what I have to do. I am done. What is my object to type? Object type is something from the test data. What is my object name? Object name is something from the test data. What is my activity? Activity is something from the test data. What is my test data? Test data or something from the Excel, whatever we are importing here. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
I am done. I am done with the script. Everything is done. If you have any questions, you are most welcome to ask me now. Execution is pending. I'm done with everything. Any questions?
No,
So let me close this Excel. Let me run it once. We said google.com. So it is going to open google.com and do the action for us. It is going to enter something on the web edit. It is going to click on Google search button. Then it is going to close the browser. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Let me do the execution now. So we are something there. There is certain problem. Okay, keywords y is missing out there. Okay. Okay, good. There's one more problem. Is the test data or test value? What is the column we have used there? Guys, you are there?
Yes.
sir, it was test value.
Okay, let me check.
Not
Yeah, let me check online batch and keyword and framework. Keywords. It's a test value. So let me replace that with test data. Okay, I'm done. Let me save it. Let me close this, minimize this, come back and save it, run it. Can you see it has entered GRAD? It has clicked on Google search. Browser also closed. Is it working?
Yes.
Now let us go back to the same test. Let me open it. Let me save it as keywords 1. Okay, now I want to replace this. What can I replace now? Let's say I wanted to enter something on the this Google search, this username password. Okay.
Okay.
Now what is the browser sync navigate? So this time I wanted to say what is the URL. That URL is this, or let me say gmail.com directly. So
Yes.
www.gmail.com, and then what is the first email? The first edit box called email. I wanted to enter this. So let me insert one more row where Google, one more web edit whose name is called password. And what I want to enter, I wanted to set something called GRAD. And then I wanted to click on a button. It's not the Google search, it is called sign in. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So let me save it, close it, and we have changed that. It's not keyword, it's keyword 1.xl. So let us run this script now. Let us see what is going to happen. So it has navigated to gmail.com. It has entered username and password. It has clicked on that browser. It has closed. Do you see everything is happening?
Yes, sir.
So let us go to yahoo.com now. Let us do the same actions now. Let me save it as keywords. This time Yahoo. Web edit email password. This is okay. This is called login, correct? And this is called sign in. So I'm done. Let me close it.
Sir, to www.yahoo.com.
Yes, you're right. So URL should be www.yahoomail.com. Good. And let me close this Excel. Come back to QTP. So we have saved that to keywords2.xls. Let me run this piece of code. So browser should be loaded. GRD entered, GRD password also entered. It has clicked on sign in. Browser also closed. So that is how we proceed to test the any application by means of this notation. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So I am done with descriptive programming with a combination of keyword driven framework. What is keyword? The keyword is nothing but the orientation of object to type and activity. It is without object repository. In case if you proceed with object repository, what could be the change? The change here is you don't be having descriptions. Okay?
Yeah.
You would be directly called in the function where you directly call like browser name and page name. So when you call this function browser name, page name, example browser name, page name, on top of that web edit name, set something. Because this descriptive programming, we are creating the descriptions here and we are passing that object here. If it is web edit, if it is web button, but if it is object repository script, we don't do this at all. Is it clear?
Yeah.
I want you to try that notation because that's very easy. The orientation without object repository is different and very difficult. That's what I have done, and I have shown you to upgrade this with keyword driven framework. Can you try establishing object repository to yourselves?
Sure, sir.
If you don't get, let me know. We would try maybe sometime later.
Sure, sir.
So any questions with respect to this particular script today?
Sir, now with this don't need this application map.
With object repository, you don't need application map.
Oh.
Because application map is already there in the OR, in the object repository, correct?
Yeah.
So just read it and you must say main driver. In the driver, based on the activity, call the function. Or also you can also say in the driver, based on the object to type, call the function and pass the activity. When you go to that function, check what is your activity. If your activity is navigate, browser name, navigate. If your activity is sync, browser name, sync. That's what you can do.
Oh.
So Priyanka, Ani and Pallavi, Sharanya, is that clear or any questions so far?
Sir, yeah, sir. We're thinking that with a repository when you're saying, I'm just thinking.
Okay, good. So try yourself. I hope you would get it definitely. If not, anyway, I'm going to show you maybe later on, but try yourself. You would definitely get it. Okay. So I would send you the script maybe after this. So what about tomorrow? When can we catch up tomorrow?
Sir, the same time should be better, sir.
Because tomorrow I will be done. I'm going to start a fresh batch maybe on like a Friday again. So I would be free. Can I start like 8 o'clock in my time in the evening?
Yes, sir. Okay.
8 to 9:30 or 10 like.
So your time 8 o'clock will be like 11 for us.
Yeah, exactly. I think 8 means 10:30 for you. 10:30 and 11 exactly.
Yes, sir. Or 8:30 should be better. Sorry for that.
We'll make it 8 Rupa. Try to adjust this time because I have got a lot of things to complete. If we are okay, I would take like 2 hours per day. 8 to 10, 8 to 10, 8 to 10. If you start at 8:30, so if I'm tired, I would have to stop at like maybe 1.5 hour.
Okay, sir. We'll do that.
Okay, guys, tomorrow onwards we would catch up like 8 o'clock until Friday and Saturday also if possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Good. So I would send you the script. Have a nice day then.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.